All right, we're starting to dive into the trenches right now of sales, and we're gonna talk about subtleties, something extremely important and something extremely subtle. Now, I want you to understand one thing. What you say with your mouth is just a very small percentage of communication in any interaction, whether that is on a call, whether that is in real life. There's a lot of other factors. Some are subtle and some are less subtle. For example, how someone is dressed, if their shirt is ironed or not, how they smell. If they smell bad, subconsciously you're gonna start having negative association about them. If their, body smells bad or their breath smells bad, all of these things are subtleties in any conversation and interaction in real life or in a call. Now, we're going to be talking obviously specifically about calls because you're learning right now how to do high ticket sales, which is mainly done through Zoom video calls. So, luckily, they won't be smelling you. However, you still want to pull up, smelling fresh, having your teeth brushed. And this might sound extremely weird, but I do this because when you smell good and your breath is fresh and you pull up to the call, even though they cannot sense those things, you can sense those things about yourself. And you're not going to tell me that you don't feel more confident when you do take care of how you smell like yourself. And that confidence is going to drag into the call. And the lack of confidence is going to also drag into the call. So I want you to take care of yourself really well, even putting on freaking perfume so you feel good on the call, even though the prospect can't smell you. Here you go. They can actually smell you because of the vibe and the energy you carry within yourself when you pull up smelling good and fresh. We're also gonna talk about other types of subtleties. For example, your body posture. Okay, you gotta be good, like you gotta be straight, shoulders back, you gotta be up. One way of doing this and fixing your posture is by having your laptop on a stand, like the picture that you see right now or the video, and then you are forced to look up. This is like the setup that I want you to have in terms of like the light and the phone and everything like that. I've already talked about this in the setup video, but here you go, you can see it again, and that makes your posture straight. Okay, so I want you to look straight into the camera slash prospect, on the screen. Also, you wanna subtly flex if there's something that you can flex about. And you need to flex because if you don't flex, you can never assume that the prospect knows what's going on within the business, within your mind, all that kind of stuff. For example, if you just called with a client that did over 200K a month, you can say that to the prospect. You can say, hey, I just called with a client of ours that did over 200,000 euros in profit this past month. And now I'm here with you on the call. I'm really looking forward. So you're like subtly flexing about the fact that you just had a client call with someone that did over 200K that you guys are helping in the business, if that is something that you did. Or let's say you just came from Ibiza because you're a closer and you're traveling the world and you went to Ibiza and you just came back. Yeah, I just came from Ibiza. Or right now I'm at Ibiza, and you have like a really cool background of your villa in Ibiza during the sales call. You can the background is a flex in and of itself, and you can also say it subtly with your words as well. And it's subtle things like this. I just wrote a couple of sentences which I'm gonna read for you. You'll obviously say these if they are true, but just some examples of what subtleties are. Oh, let me just head inside. It's too hot in my villa backyard, right? Let's say you start off the call outside and you head inside because it's too hot. Or you can say, for example, hey, you remind me of our student Ruben that is doing over 20K per month with us. Or you remind me of myself when I was getting started. So you're framing yourself that you are not in the position anymore where the prospect is, right? So you're framing yourself a little bit higher. Or the prospect asks you, hey, how are you doing? And you're like, hey, I'm doing fine. I'm just planning my trip to Tulum with the team. Yeah, we're looking into the flights and the villas that we're gonna book. So pretty much that. Other than that, I'm doing well. So just like that, you're flexing that you're gonna go to Tulum. Or just came off our team meeting where we discussed how we can improve our student success rate from reaching 10K in 3 months to 15K in 3 months. So yeah, just helping our students get results, better results, and even faster, right? So that is something you could say. I see that I wrote down here. Taking a sip of aqua panna water, which is like an expensive water. Like if you just or drink Fiji during the call, you pull up like that, or you have like a Rolex or whatever. I'm not wearing a Rolex at this moment, but let's say figuratively speaking, I'm wearing a Rolex. It's kind of a flex during the call to be able to do that. So that's like the subtleties. You want to stay humble when doing these, and you want to keep them subtle. And you want to rightfully so flex the results of the students that you guys have in your program or whatever, if that is the case. Or if you're traveling the world, you just mentioned that you are doing that. So those are subtleties. They'll position you higher, they'll frame you, they'll give you good respect in the eyes of the prospect. And you want to work on these: your posture, your clothes, your watch. You want to smell good and all that kind of stuff. You want to smile, you want to look good, you want to have a haircut. So these are subtleties, extremely important thing to take care of during your sales calls. And I just wanted to make this little video to share this value with you guys. Thank you for watching.